Hey guys, what is going on? This is Incep today, and we are playing some Halo 4. Getting back to the basics and enjoyment of my gaming career, kinda, I guess you'd say. So today we're gonna be talking about kind of what makes a better Halo player. Now, I am of course not the best. I have a few MLG friends that play this game. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of VVV Gaming. They are really good at Halo, and hopefully I can be a part of their team one day. But let's go ahead and start off with kind of the basics on Halo. Now, of course, now that Halo 4 is out, you have the implemented sprint. You have kind of the mechanics of the game that you need to get used to. Coming from Call of Duty, of course, you're going to have a different gameplay mechanic style. You don't want to, of course, be drop-shotting, which you can't do in Halo. Of course, you don't want to be running straight. You don't want to be rushing. Of course, you never want to rush on Halo. The ultimate goal on Halo is kind of get some higher height advantage. You know, you never really want to be ground level with the people you're shooting at. You always want to be a tad bit higher. That's why people jump on the game. They always jump because they want to get that height advantage. Because if you're jumping and someone below you, it's going to be harder for them to look up than it's going to be harder for you to look down. And take it or leave it, that's kind of the gist of the game. Jumping is a big thing in Halo. If you play Call of Duty and you see people jumping, they're going to be like, "Oh, this isn't Halo. You shouldn't be jumping." Well, they're kind of putting that into Call of Duty standpoints, but that ain't really going to work in Call of Duty. It's not technically the same thing. But I guess another tip, I guess I'd start off with the guns. Right now, as you can see, I am in a vehicle, and vehicles on Slayer are very good advantage. You always, not always, but if you find a vehicle like this, the vehicle that I'm in right now, of course you're going to want to take advantage of it. And each game I play, now take my tips and leave it, I get about 29 kills a game, and 8 deaths. This game I actually went 29 and 8 on the dot. So really the vehicles are a big advantage to any player on Halo. Of course, if you know what you're doing, you don't want to be. See, you got to know when to evade and when to back off in a situation as well. You don't want to get right into combat and then, let's say earlier a vehicle is chasing me. Of course, if a vehicle's chasing you and they have a gunner, you want to evade and get out of line of sight, because ultimately, the more you're shot at, ultimately more damage is going to take, and you're just going to die. So I believe I get this. And ramming in this game, if you use this particular vehicle, you could get a lot of ram kills. And there's just so much tips and tricks. I really don't know sure if I can cover all of them today, but the vehicles, hijacking vehicles is really fun. But of course, you got to know how to use your vehicle if you're going to get in one. You can't just get in a vehicle and not know what you're doing. I've been playing Halo for a good 4 years, actually more than that, probably about a good 8 years, ever since the original Xbox came out. So the tactics, of course, have changed over the years, and now you have ordnance drops. And of course, if you're going to have an ordnance drops, frag grenades are very useful. But also the power-ups are too. If you get a power-up and you get the damage one, it's essentially like a 2-hit kill. And you want to use your ordnance drops according to what position and what situation you're in. Of course, if you're out of ammo, you're going to want to pick the gun. If you're out of frag grenades, you may want to pick your frag grenades. And of course, if you're just in a bad situation altogether, you might want to pick your damage boost. That's a really good option to have in the game, is increase your damage boost. I know there's perks and whatnot. As you can see, the guy right in front of me, he had a shield on. I'm not sure exactly what kind. I think it was like an overkill shield or something. I'm not sure exactly, but that is a very good perk to have if you can get that in your ordnance drop. It's going to help you out in the long run ultimately, and you know, it's really hard. Basically, another gist of the game is you want to aim for the head. Of course, you don't want to be aiming at their feet, although there is situations where that's all you can do. And right there, I just got pooped on because these guys were playing tactically. They both got a turret, and they were running around, which I think is pretty smart. It's double the damage, and of course, double the power. And you want to play Halo 4 as a team. You never want to play with. You want to play as a team player. You don't want to be selfish. Now, if you're going to be selfish, of course, be selfish in a game like Slayer, where at least your selfishness benefits the people you're playing with. Not like Domium, where, of course, there's flags and all you're doing is getting kills. And using the gun that I have right now is very good for taking out vehicles. You got to know when to take out vehicles. You can't just let vehicles roam around and let them get a bunch of kills. Like right there, I just took them out. I'm like, yep, you're done. So I took them out. That's basically what you need to do. You need to get rid of situations that could benefit or disbenefit you. such as having vehicles on the other team coming into your spawn and is doing work. Ultimately, you don't want that to happen. You want to stay ahead of your game. Um, you want to stay on top. And of course, like right now, here's the situation I was talking about earlier. I was getting chased by a guy in a warthog, and of course here I am running away from it, trying to avoid any confrontation with it, because I would not like to die, because you know, ultimately people say deaths aren't a big deal in Halo. Well, it is, because 29 kills for me, I think that's 290 points. So I did a good job of the game. But of course, 8 deaths, that's 80 points on the other team. So you got to think about that in that standpoint. You're going to have situations where a death is going to benefit the other team very significantly. A death is 10 points. So let's say you're 990 in 980, and they get that 1 point. You know, then you're tied. You know, then it's one more kill. It's one last kill. And people ultimately, if you're not in a team, people usually don't know what they're doing. I know Halo 4 just came out, so there's going to be a lot of new Halo players. I know that. And that's why I'm kind of making this video for you guys. I know this won't benefit all of you. This will probably benefit maybe a select few of you, but hopefully this does a good deal of success in you guys, and hopefully you guys benefit from it in the long run. I've seen a lot of Halo players lately, and a lot of friends have been playing Halo. And of course, they've been asking me how I do good, and I really don't think I'm the best at Halo, but you gotta know when to leave your vehicles. That's another thing. When to leave your vehicles. You need to, of course, if your vehicle looks like it's on fire, or it's smoking, it has black smoke coming out of it, I think it's the best idea, best interest for you to leave the vehicle, because ultimately you're just gonna get killed, and if you run back out there, you're dead pretty fast. So right now, as you can see, I got out of the vehicle, and here comes the vehicle. I'm throwing grenades. Oh, see, I pulled this out. I thought I had more ammo. And that's another thing, conserving your ammo. You always want to have enough ammo to get yourself out of situations. Conserving ammo is a big big thing for this. You always want to aim for the head if you're on Halo. And I just picked up an overshield. That is basically a little shield over your before you take damage and your real health, the shield deteriorates. So that's pretty cool. And I called in my SAM or my SAW, but it didn't seem like it came in. So I don't really know what that happened, but the ordnance drops are a big thing on this game. Of course, you want to try to get kill streaks so you can get better stuff, and I like what they did. Instead of like Call of Duty, where let's say you get a 5 kill streak, you get yourself, or a 4 kill streak, you get yourself an a care package, and get yourself an 18 kill streak on a 4 kill streak, and it's kind of funny. This game, I believe that the weapons are a big something very smart and wise they did for the kill streaks overall, because I believe that it's just a really cool thing that they didn't add in like robots. Like, these kill streaks are like overpowered. You just get better guns, and I think that's ultimately what they should have done in Call of Duty. But I do appreciate the Call of Duty's trying to, they did something different. But Halo, like, you always want to have a height advantage. I've talked about this in my last video. Height advantage is very important to anybody, and range. If you can get close with the scatter shot, of course you're going to want to. And by the way, guys, the scatter shot is not really semi-automatic. It is, but you can spam it a little bit. Like, the first time I picked up the scatter shot, I thought there was like a 5-second delay between shooting, and I was ultimately wrong. The scatter shot's usually a one-hit kill between, I believe it's like maybe like right where I am right now. It's usually a one-hit kill. But it was 3 kills, or 3 hits for me, and the scatter shots is a really good gun. If you ever get this in an ordnance drop and you're on a really small map, like I believe it's abandoned, of course you want to use that, and you got to know what kind of guns to use on certain maps. I don't really use the battle rifle on abandoned, but of course that is a good weapon of choice, because the head glitching, I believe it's, I'm not sure what gun it's actually called. I believe it's the plasmid rifle. I don't know. It's the automatic plasma rifle, and you can't aim down sights with that. So if someone's head glitching, of course you're going to want to use the BR, the battle rifle. And yeah, there's all kinds of different tactics you need to use when playing Halo. You can't just run about and expect to do good. You have to strategize. Halo 4 is a first-person strategy game to me. I think it's a strategy game because you can't just run out there and expect to just do work without giving any thought process. You have to think before you do stuff, and ultimately I think that's what people lack when they come to playing this, because they come from Call of Duty and they come to Halo, and Call of Duty is basically just a run at you know, a kill and rape and pillage. You know, it's basically just run out there, get kills. Easy said and done. This game, it's like, well, this game takes a little more skill than Call of Duty, personally, in my opinion. We had a very close game, I believe, this game, and this is the saw. If you ever get this in a care package or in an ordnance drop, this is a very good weapon of choice. It does an amazing amount of damage, and ultimately the gun just looks really cool. It reminds me a lot of, and right there's the overkill shield, and I don't really like that too much because I just put like 40 shots into his noggin. I probably should have aimed for the guys that didn't have the shield on. But that's the thing. You want to get yourself out of position. So if you're playing with a team-based game such as Capture the Flag or even Oddball for that matter, you want to group up. You want to strategize. You want to discuss what you're going to do. It's not like Call of Duty where, alright guys, it's domination. Let's just all get our kills. This game, it's a little different. Like, I pull out my pistols too. As you guys know, pistols, you guys may think pistols aren't very good in this game, but pistols can benefit you very long. Like, let's say you run out of ammo on your B battle rifle. Of course, you're going to want to pull out your secondary. And that's a thing people lacked on Halo 3 and Halo Reach, is they never took advantage of their secondary weapons. The secondary weapons are very good. I realize, ultimately, in the long run, it saved my butt a few times. And you always want to aim for the head, because it want to get you more points. And the Needler is a very good gun. It's basically, it just follows them. It's very good. You can get yourself some good distance with it as well. I come up here, and you see I kind of hip fire it a little bit, expecting to kill people, but I didn't do anything, really. And I believe I do get this kill right here. Yep, double kill. And the most I've got so far is a overkill. That's basically 4 kills. And here, I believe right here is the last, maybe one more kill after this. Yeah, this right here, I think right here is the last kill. So, this is getting close to the commentary ending, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I got 29 kills, as you guys will see here in a minute. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope maybe this will benefit you guys in the long run. Other than that, I will wait for the scoreboard to look so you guys can see my kill death and whatnot, and then you can ultimately decide whether or not you should take my advice or not. Game complete. I got a bunch of points from this. A lot of points. 2,268. And let's go ahead and wait to see our KD. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is going to take a long time to render out. This is a 12-minute long video. So there's my KD. 29 kills, 8 deaths. So, look at that score, 420. Alright guys, so that's the end of this commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope these tips benefit you in the long run. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.